Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the culmination of the June Song Contest winners, submissions, not winners, the submissions. We're going to be listening to the last 3 songs that was selected. We had 11 in total, and we were not able to get through all of them last time, so we will be getting through the rest of those today. Wanted to make mention, as you'll see here on your screen, there's some different slides that are coming forth. There is a new series on the channel. If you have not checked out the first part of this is all part of the Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course that is featured on the Pro Mix Academy. The same course that I used to sell for $67 is now free here on the channel. So there is a playlist that has been created. I guess I probably should have pulled that up and got that ready for you. But inside this playlist, and let me get that. Here we go. So inside this playlist, there is, as of right now, oh, that's just sharing the song, not the actual play, or the video, not the actual playlist. Here we go. Here's the playlist. Okay, so this is the introduction to Cakewalk. This was the first part of the Ultimate Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial course. So this playlist right here will be, it's 9 videos. Actually, it's 10 if you count the introduction video. So it's 10 videos that will take you through Cakewalk. And to the best of my knowledge, all of these videos are still going to be applicable even when they change over to this new business model. All those are available now for you to go and watch on this playlist. Now, the second part of this Ultimate Cakewalk tutorial course was mixing the song that we were talking about in the whole, I guess you would call it commercial, whenever we were promoting this. And if you want access to the PDF files and the multi-tracks, I'm slowly working on being able to get those available on the Facebook VIP group as well as the Discord group. So all you'll have to do is simply get a hold of those there. And then you can download the multi-tracks, you can download the PDFs, you can get all of that for free. Follow along with me on this series. Now, every Monday at 10 a.m., a new video is going to be released. And as you can see, there's 10 parts to this. Video 1 has already been released, and that was just the initial setup. But we go all the way through to, as you can see, mastering a song. And all of these are already uploaded and ready to go. They're scheduled to release every Monday for the next 10 weeks. Or now it would be 9 weeks, every Monday at 10 a.m. So you'll have access to those. You can follow along with me. It'll give you something to look forward to on Mondays, because nobody likes Mondays, right? Mondays are just horrible. But now your Monday can be a lot better. You'll have something to set down. You'll have some multi-tracks to follow along with. And before this live stream is over, I will make sure to get those multi-tracks uploaded into a place where you can actually go and download those. So, yeah, absolutely. For those of you who have access to the course already, maybe you bought it before or you won it during a giveaway, feel free to share any of that material with those within the VIP membership or within the Discord group. I keep calling it a membership. It's no longer a membership. It's just a VIP group of awesome people. So another thing that we'll kind of touch base on here real quick is that you've probably noticed that here on the channel, the videos that I've been uploading, they still have commercials. Come to find out, because my channel has grown to the point that it has grown, even if I said, no, I don't want to collect any money off of my videos, YouTube would still put commercials on my videos. For whatever reason. I mean, they're just like, hey, you're using our platform, we're going to use your channel. Which, you know, okay, I get that, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, what if you're showing commercials to competitors? What if you're showing, well, like I really have any competitors. What if you're showing commercials to things that I don't agree with? What if you're showing commercials to, you know, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, smoking, stuff that I don't really agree with or try to condone in my life or the lives of others? What if you're showing that stuff? So what I decided to do was I am going to go ahead and leave the videos on my channel monetized. And that way I will basically, all of the stuff that got me in trouble tax-wise before, it'll just be in one place. And then it should be a lot easier for me to, hopefully, I'll just let that sit there, and what little bit that I make here off of YouTube, I will use to pay off my taxes from last year. And I felt like that was kind of a good best foot forward. And then going forward, we're also going to have, we're still going to have, the same VIP only type stuff. It's just going to be, everything is going to be very sporadic now, few and far between. I'm pouring myself into this ministry that I've just been in. I don't know how to put this. Well, it's not a ministry really that I've created. It's a ministry that's always been out there by several different churches, but it's one that has been a burden to me, and that is helping people with drug addiction, substance abuse, any addictions of any kind, really. I mean, everybody has some addiction of some kind. In fact, this one right here is one that I'm knocking right now. This is only my second cup today, and this will be my only and my last cup today. For those of you that know me, that's huge. Normally I drink 12 to 14 to 15 to, I'm not even joking, cups of coffee a day. So narrowing it down to 2, like right now, I'm already starting to get the tinge of a headache because my body's going, where's all the caffeine? But that's one of the things that I need to get away from for that very reason. It's just going to be better for my health and a lot of other cool things. But yeah, now that I've kind of said all that, I've introduced the new series that's going to be here on the channel. Let's go ahead and jump back real quick. Maybe you're new to this channel and you're wondering, what's this channel even about? Well, this channel is all about simplifying the complexities of the home studio and helping you create professional sounding music in a less than professional space. The motto around here, the creed, if you will, the standard that we wear, that's upon our banner, is you can dream alone, you can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. And that's what we intend to do. I would also like to give a huge shout out to the 𝗶𝗪 Academy, which we've already mentioned, but here's a brief commercial slot for them because they've always been really good at this channel. I love Warren and his crew. They've done so much for the audio community. Let's give them a shout out. Today's video is sponsored in part by the 𝗶𝗪 Academy. The 𝗶𝗪 Academy offers affordable courses from mentors, world-class engineers, Grammy winners, and multi-platinum selling producers. And with the resources available on the 𝗶𝗪 Academy, you can learn how to create radio-ready mixes from the comfort of your own home studio. Most of the courses also offer multi-tracks that you can then add to your portfolio and begin to build out your business. Follow the link in the description of this video to head on over to the 𝗶𝗪 Academy today and start learning the skills that are needed to take your hobby or your business to the next level. All right, so here we are. We are checking out the last 3 songs, and the first one up is 𝗧𝗵𝗏 Wherever We Go. I do need to, it is where I get my superpowers from. Now what am I going to do? It's like kryptonite being introduced into my system. But yeah, I've failed to pull up the the Google Drive folder where all of these song contest entrants are, so that I can then pull up the stuff. Okay, so I do have it pulled up now, and I will try my best to, yet again, the last time we tried this new thing where I'm putting all of the stuff that they wrote up on the screen. So it's going to be kind of wonky at first here until I can get that figured out, because as usual, it's never easy. Especially when folks decide they're going to write a novel for the backstory of their song, which is fine. I get it. Some stuff, it really needs to be fleshed out as to where it came from and all that. Okay, so I think that did it. We shall find out here in just but a moment. All right, let's pull up. Steambot has issue flagging my comment that was comical. You know, that Streambot is all the time doing stuff I don't understand. If you have a comment that you put on here and it flags you for whatever reason, just keep in mind that the Streambot, I'm not in control of that. I mean, I can turn it on or off, I think. But it's also there for the simple sake of if someone gets on here and starts spamming a bunch of cuss words, or someone starts, spamming links to stuff, it won't allow them to put links. It won't allow them to cuss people out or anything like that. So it is there for safety reason. If it, kicks one of your comments that you didn't mean to be, of ill repute or anything, I apologize. I am not in control of that. So, or maybe I am, and it's all just a big conspiracy. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and give 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏's song "Wherever We Go" a listen. I do have the T-Rex 1 on, and it's not being cranked up too terribly just to bring up the volume. So let's see how loud this is. And I may turn it off, but probably won't. All right, let's check it. Ooh, nice. Wow. Very cool. Man, there was a lot that I liked in that. The attention to detail, the continual building up of interest as things were progressing. That was excellent. I would have, much to the point of, who said that in here? Yeah, Old Bell. I would have liked to have heard the drums a little bit more, especially the kick. I think it would have helped to sell the head bobbing beat of this. But that solo was amazing. And I love the harmony that you put in there with that in order to get it to flow with the rest of the chord changes and melodies that were behind it. Great job. Man, when I think about, just a year ago, when I think about, some of Jürgen's earlier stuff that he was submitting, nothing that he's ever submitted has been bad, but it's just went to like the next level. So that's awesome. Congratulations on that. Doing a great work. Dude, keep it up. So next up we have Midnight Blue Movies with a song called Body Language. This sounds interesting. Let me go over there and snag up what was written about this one. Oh, this one's short and sweet and to the point. At least I think it's to the point. I haven't actually read it yet, so it might just be incessive rambling. Who knows? If it is, that's fine. As you all know, I'm good for some incessive rambling around here. So no harm, no foul there. All right. Let's give this bad boy a listen. No, thank you, Jürgen. Thank you for hopping on and being awesome and submitting songs. Because, I mean, what would these song contests be if we didn't have awesome folks like you submitting these songs? So, okay, so then up next is Midnight Blue Movies Body Language. Let's give it a listen. Ooh, that's pretty. Wow. Almost sounds like sort of an ET theme. Wow. Very emotional. I was, it lacked a little bit of interest building. Yet again, though, with songs like this, where it's almost like a movie soundtrack, you almost don't want too many changes going on in the background, especially if there's going to be dialogue over the top of them. And I'm assuming from your channel name, Midnight Blue Movies, that you probably use a lot of these for movie soundtracks. So you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. You have a great build up into a scene that then plays out through the scene. Doesn't have so many changes that the interest is lost from the actual actors or the scene that's being played, but you still have enough of an interest build to let people know that, like, hey, something's changing in the background music wise, which is good for scene changes. So, wow. And, you know, if it had a little bit more cowbell, I think just a little more cowbell would have really. Okay, DJ, I said it. Now give me that $5. He's paying me $5 under the table to say more cowbell. But in all honesty, the balance and everything like that of the instrumentation sounded really, really solid. Sounded good. There was a lot of separation, a lot of clarity between the instruments. You could definitely tell when the changes were coming, or not when they were coming, but you could tell when they happened. And it was a great way for individuals who are going to be maybe having some kind of, I think it sounded a lot like the E.T. theme. Like I could see, like, you know, the drone shot over the city as the spacecraft is getting ready to land, and E.T.'s coming off the spacecraft and they're going into, you know, and it shows his big bug eyes looking out into the, I don't know. That was just me. But excellent work. Excellent work indeed. Good job. Up next is Connor Cronin. We know this is probably going to be a punk song because that's what he does, and he does it well. This is called Eye for an Eye. Okay, cool. Let's give this one a listen.
Eye
Well, that was a good one to end it on. As usual, Connor, you have knocked it out of the park when it comes to punk music. Dude has got this down, almost like that's his thing. Obviously it is. I would have loved to have heard a little bit more grit on the bass. I did feel like the drums were a little bit harsh, not just the hi-hats, but the crashes as well, and the hi-hats. To Disc Jedi or DJPs, that was spot on. But other than that, and then I feel like the vocals too, just need a little bit like of edginess to them. So, but yeah, excellent work on everything else, dude. It's like to think that you actually wrote that back before the pandemic. That means that was long before you've even got to the place where you're at now. So you did a great job mixing that. So kudos to you for that. Let's give him a big round of applause. And this round of applause goes out to everyone who actually entered as well. Let's give everyone who entered a round of applause. You guys did an amazing job picking out some great songs. Even if you pulled them out of the archives, believe me, guys, I know how it is. I'm there right now. As most of you know, I've been saying I need to write a song. I need to write a song. I'm actually currently in a stagnant place, so trying to get there to actually where I can write a song. But we got something cool in the mail the other day that I think is going to help to sort of spur me on. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Let me get this. Yeah, so check this out. The mic will cut out here for just but a moment. So yeah, just got that in the mail yesterday, actually. Got it all put together. It was actually really simple to put together. The crazy thing is, like I was telling people here on the channel, I was like, I'm going to be making sure that I sorry, I was reading the comments, that I don't try to bring in too much money from other companies so that I don't have to pay taxes on it. And then these individuals were nice enough to start sending me some products. So I was like, wow, now I don't know what to do. Obviously use it. So I am going to be doing a full review on this soon. First impression, I really think it's going to be a game changer, especially for something like here in my home studio. I don't really have bad acoustics in here. I've recorded plenty of vocals in here and they sound just fine. But I think this is going to be like that next level if I want isolation for not illustrating. What am I thinking of? Like dialogue for like books and stuff like that. I also think it's going to be a great addition to like bringing singers over who are maybe shy and they don't necessarily feel comfortable singing in front of people. They can kind of get in this little booth. It's like a portable vocal booth and there's a light in there and everything. I mean, they thought of everything. And this isn't part of the review. So, I'm not just saying this because, I mean, this is straight up like, yeah. There's a few others that blow that one away. Okay, well, let them send me that and I'll do a shootout. But as of right now, this company here has sent me theirs. So it's really the first look I've got at something like this because I had a reflection filter, like the shield that goes around the microphone, did not care for it at all. It actually created more resonances, like that honky sound in everyone's voice that I put it up with. I didn't care for it. And so, does it make you feel claustrophobic? I didn't feel that way. But of course, I don't really have like a high anxiety when it comes to claustrophobia. I can get that way from time to time, especially like if the dog's laying on my neck or something, because he likes to do that from time to time for whatever reason. He'll like lay across my neck, and sometimes I'll be like laying there in bed reading my phone or something, and he'll come up and just drape himself across my neck, and that kind of makes me feel a little claustrophobic, like I can't breathe for a second. Or it could be the fact that we feed him too much, and he's just that heavy. But either way, I don't really deal with that too much, but I didn't feel that way inside this. I've only just put it up yesterday. I'm letting it air out because it does kind of have like a smell to it from the material that they use, before I get in there and actually try to do any singing. But it's got plenty of room. I feel like it doesn't feel like it's, and you don't have to leave the back flap down, which would probably make you feel less claustrophobic if you left it up, where you could actually move your head back and feel like you had freedom still. But of course that also takes care of the rear reflections from the room. So if you position the microphone well, I don't think it'll do anything bad, but that's actually not a bad idea. I've seen a lot of people do that, DJ, just hang up some moving blankets or even just reposition the clothes in their closet and turn their closet into a vocal booth. It's perfectly fine to do that. And I probably honestly would never have even purchased one of these, but when they reached out through email and said, would you review it? We'll send it to you for free. I was like, yeah, why not? This could be something that actually would be great for location recording. Hopefully going to be starting to do a lot more gospel songs at our church. There's a lot of talented young people there. And so this would be a great opportunity to take it actually to the church while we're recording, get some overdubs and stuff like that without having a professional vocal booth or a room that's dedicated to it. That would be a great way for you to actually be able to set up wherever. So yeah, once again, great submissions, everybody. You all did an amazing job. Give me a couple of days and I'll go through these here and choose which ones I feel like would be a good, some good songs that I could use for some more in-depth sort of mixing tips and tricks. Remember, we do have the, playlist, the Mixing a Song playlist. Every Monday now is going to be at 10 a.m. You're going to have a new video in that for the next 10 weeks. So that will not only help me be able to still take care of my duties with my son now being in kickball, as well as with the new Freedom Alliance group, but it's also going to be a great way for you guys to just get access to something that used to be a paid kind of something. I know what you could do. Robert is going to ban me after this. You don't need a treated room, or you could just sing into an untreated room and then use Waves Clarity or a reverb plugin. No, you're not banned. I mean, if people want to use Waves, that's fine. I'm not, like, I don't hate Waves. I just don't agree with what they did. I'm mad at the fact more than anything that they tried to act like they were going to sue me for making that video. Yeah, I'm coming out and saying it. Okay. I don't like the fact that they tried to basically use strong arm tactics to tell me to take the video down, which I still haven't, and I won't, because we have freedom of speech in America and we're allowed to say whatever we want to say. They tried to say it was a breach of contract and all this other stuff. I was like, nope, not buying it. So Disc Jedi wants to know, what is kickball? So basically it's a little round red ball that the pitcher, in this case, it's kind of like baseball, but you kick the ball instead of hit it with a bat. So if you're familiar with baseball, I'm sure you've probably, almost anyone has ever seen baseball. This is very similar to that, only they roll the ball to you, you kick it, and then you treat it, after the point that it's been kicked, you treat it just like baseball. So if you kick it over the fence, it's a home run. Someone catches it, you're out. You get 3 outs per inning. It's basically like baseball. So the only difference is you kick the thing. It's really fun. It's a great way to get him out of the house and get him getting some of that energy off. And he's got some young people from the church that have joined him this year, so he's going to be having fun with that. This is his last year, though, unfortunately. Yeah, he's going to be 16 in September, so that will put him above that age limit to where he can't play next year. So he's played about 4 years in a row and always had a good time at it. But this particular year will be his last. So that's why we had the live stream earlier today, because I have to make sure that I get him to the park and we get him set up and ready for that. So, but yeah, one other thing that I'd like to share with you real quickly, if and y'all don't mind, and I'm sure you don't, because you guys rock. Well, thank you, Disc Jedi. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've heard about that. I think you guys call it football. We call it soccer or something like that. I think that's how it works. Before I forget, let me real quickly group these here. Okay, it looks like we've already got some entries for the next song submission, our song contest. That's cool. Spirit and Truth, The Entrance, and On the Tiger's Back. Ooh, these are sounding pretty cool. So, I digress, though. Let me move away from this avenue. I was going to show you guys something really cool here. So last time, I showed you guys a little bit of the promotional for the song that we recorded, mixed, mastered, produced, that was called Mercy Unfolds. And this was done by our young people at our local assembly. I would like to, if you guys would like to, I'd like to actually show you guys this song. You guys will get a sort of sneak peek before anyone else gets a chance to listen to it. Do 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 boop 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 boop. So yeah, by show of hands, Old Bell says go for it. Right on. We got one go for it. Do 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 do. I got the Mario theme song running through my head right now for some reason. Disc Jedi, I'm thinking funk. We haven't had some good funk in a while. Bring that funk on. Get funky. Awesome. So a little bit of backstory on this song. The kids, I say kids, they're kids to me. The young people worked on this. It started out as something like 2 years ago that they had no clue. It started out as like an exercise in one of their classes that was ran by a very talented young musician and singer himself. And his name is Matthew Airwood. He's our pastor-elect's son. And he was basically in his class, he allows for a lot of creativity amongst the students. And so he said, because he teaches this class, what would happen if we all just wrote a song today as part of their class? This was like 2 years ago. And they wrote some words up on the board and was kind of like really just kicking ideas around, really just kind of playing with it. They wasn't really like thinking it was ever going to turn into anything super serious. But then what happened is, shortly after this was done, I actually started going to their church, not last Easter, but the Easter before. And they found out, they was like, oh, this guy can mix and master. He can even record. Let's see if he would be willing to record this song. And then there you go. So what happened is I was like, absolutely, sounds like fun. So this has been a labor of love for me. Actually, I need to make sure I pause this. If you have not checked this plugin out, this is essentially a plugin that allows you to see how much time you've worked on a project. For me, I've worked 29 hours going on 30 hours on this project. I started it on May 13th. And it's been back and forth as far as like, the reason why it's been this long is because there's been individuals who had to do overdubs. There was remixes and revisions, and we wanted to really make sure that this captured the live sound as well. So this was all recorded live in one take. And then we went back and did some overdubs of the guitars mainly. Would it work to play a song contest entry that we made into a video? That could be cool. So yeah, this is the project in and of itself. There are 21 tracks in total. We have acoustic guitar, electric, keys, aux keys, violin, bass, percussion, drums. We have like an ambient track, which is basically like literally the audience, which is super cool. So if I play a little bit of this would be considered like room mics. So you can hear clapping, and it really gives it that live feel. And then I actually have a clap track where I took sections of the clapping and added it in there to accentuate even more that live feel. So it's a great way to start the song out. Helps them to understand that it's a live setting. So let's go ahead and give the song a listen as I've kind of given you a little bit of the backstory on it. And let me know in the comments section what you guys think. Let's give it a listen. Okay, that's all you get to hear because for whatever reason, it for whatever reason just stopped. That project is very taxing on my CPU. So instead, let's listen to it in its mixed form here.
Just kept giving in, nowhere to go, no place to call home. But you found me, and you changed me, forgave me, restored me. Just kept giving in, nowhere to go, no place to call home. But you found me and changed me, forgave me, restored me. Mercy is flowing, it is unfolding, covering me. The only one who knows. There's nothing that you cannot restore. You're washing me clean. My heart overflows as mercy unfolds. I was covered in sin, just kept giving in.
mercy to flow in each and every one of our lives. In Luke 23, Jesus said, God forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus has been allowing his mercy to flow from the cross to this moment right here. Jesus is continuing to want to grow with you and to make you new. If you know he's made you new, why don't you lift your hands and sing this with us? You made me new. I've been made new by your blood. You made me new. Washed clean in your love. You made me new. I've been made new by your blood. You made me new. You made me new. You made
praise that we can give to God in any single language on this earth. Then when I say hallelujah, the power of God can flood into the room. It's the highest praise that we can give. The glory of God shines through that word. Hallelujah, Jesus. Lord, I lift my hands. Lord, I lift my voice. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. Lord, I lift my voice. Lord, I lift my hands. Lord, I worship you. Just worship him in this place. Just lift your hands with me. Just lift your hands with me. That God is in this room. That Jesus has something.
All right, and there you have it. That is the song that the young people put together. When they called me into this project, I'll be honest, I was like, a bunch of young people wrote a song. Okay. And then I went for the live recording that night, and I was blown away. I was like, oh my goodness. Not only are these young people incredibly stinking talented, but they really have put a lot of feeling and emotion, and they put a lot of time into this. You can just tell. And a lot of practice for them to be able to nail that in one take like that, vocal wise and everything. Wow. Was a great job. So yeah, that song is going to be out soon on iTunes. I would encourage you all to please go and buy it to support the young people. All of the proceeds from the sale of that song will be going back into helping to support young musicians in the ministry and helping to support reaching out to the community with this kind of music. So would greatly appreciate your help on that. Of course, I already played the promotional video, but there'll be more coming as we, yes, sir, that was only one take. Now the guitars, Bryce's guitars and my guitars, we came back in and added those later. But everything else was one take. That's what I'm talking about. Like, these kids are stinking talented. So yeah, with that being said, that will pretty much conclude today's show. I appreciate you all showing up. I'm going to get ready now to take my son off to his kickball game. And yeah. So until next time, remember that
We gotta spin the wheel of awesomeness. So that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You thought that we were gonna get away from spinning the wheel, but that's the deal. Let's spin it. All right, take it away, Robert, because this is a little known fact, and they don't want to know what I know about you.
Oh, okay. Wow. Thanks, Casey. You know how to make it weird, don't you? Okay. Little known fact about me. So, they don't really have a team name. They just have a collar. This year, Hunter Green is their collar. Last year, it was like bright day-glow orange. It was impossible to miss them on the field. But this year, it is Hunter Green. So now they blend in with the grass, even though it's being played on a ball diamond and it's nothing but brown all around. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, little known fact about Robert. So, here's the thing. I've never been classically trained on the guitar. Some of you already know this, but for those of you that don't know, here's a little known fact. I picked up the guitar at 13, put it down. Picked it up at 14, put it down. Picked it up at 15, put it down. And then I picked it up a second time while I was 15, somewhere around there, 14, 15-ish. And it was at that time that I realized, like, for one, you can get the attention of girls with this thing. And so I wasn't really too invested in learning it at that time. I was just more invested in, hey, if I hold this, chicks look at me. So, but then my father was playing a Rush 2112 album in the other room. The overture came on, which, hold on a second. I don't even know if this is going to work. Got my old guitar pick handy. I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear this, but the first song I ever learned on the guitar, my dad taught me. And that was whenever I was, that was in my 13. So he said, and of course, when I first learned it, it wasn't that. It was, it was all that string squealing, not making up very good stuff. But then the 2112 thing come along, and I practiced and practiced and practiced for hours until I finally got it. And I'll probably mess it up right now, but this is essentially what you get. And then I even went as far as to learn if I can even do it. Or was it on this string? I don't even know that solo. I don't even know what I'm trying. Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's where I played it. It could be wrong, but I learned by ear. So that's sort of the little known fact. Like I can read, what's that called? Tablature. I have to really look at it. I can read it, but that is like mind boggling to me that people can actually look at sheet music and play guitar to that. I can read some chord charts. I don't know the Nashville number system. I'm not classically trained. So, when it comes to, like I can play your basic G, C, D, and that's not even really a C. That's something else, but I couldn't tell you what it is because there's a C. F, A, I think that's a B. D minor. E minor, major. I think that's an E minor. That's a major. I don't even know. That's the point I'm getting at is I play guitar somehow by the grace of God in a gospel band, and yet still to this day, I play everything by ear. So when I come into practices, I'm 9 times out of 10, they're like, hey, did you look over the chord charts? And I'm like, yeah. But then what happens is they start playing and then I just jump right in. And 9 times out of 10, what I try to do, because we already have a lead guitarist and he's really awesome at rhythm, what I try to do is fill in with swells and lead work and triads and things like one of my favorite things to do is sort of these little triads. Right now, in and of itself, like by itself, it doesn't sound the greatest. But when you put it together with the full band and you're building up to a moment, like you have a build in a song, it really can do a lot of good. So, El Magnifico. So yeah, that's the little known fact today, is that Robert basically doesn't know what he's doing when he picks up a guitar. Yeah. Right. So yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, basic chords are my best friend. However, what I have noticed is that because I wasn't classically trained, it actually opened up the door to other things for me to experiment more, I feel like. So there's like certain songs that I have where so like a song like that I just came up with on a whim one day, I don't think I quite could have came up with that if I was classically trained. And I mean that because I was stumbling around trying to find chords when I accidentally found that. Let me see if I can make that a little bit louder on your side. Basically remove my vocals from this. So yeah, that's a little something I came up with, and like I said, I don't think that I could have come up with that if I had been classically trained, because I wouldn't have stumbled onto that. I don't think. Maybe I could have. I don't know. And then when I started experimenting with alternate tunings, so check this out. This is dadgad tuning. Once I found this out, 𝗵𝗵𝗏, he's already ahead of the game. This opened up a whole new world for me, because I actually came up with something on my own along these lines. So check this out. This is what I came up with the dadgad tuning. So, anywho, yes, that's a little ditty I came up with on my own, and that was just because messing around with dadgad, which yet again I don't know if I was classically trained if I would have landed on that. And so I always will encourage students of mine or people that I'm teaching, if you want to take classes, please do so, because I think it would help me tremendously, especially when I'm producing others. When they're like, oh, I'm playing in this, I can hear it and go, oh, that sounds like a G, but it might be a G major, it might be a G minor, it might be a G. I hear like the root notes better than I do anything else. So anywho, yeah, that's your little known fact today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. I'm finding it hard to put this guitar down, and I have to be at practice, or at kickball. Yeah. So I need to get off of here and make sure that I get my son there. But until next time, guys, remember that we can dream alone. We can even create alone. But together, what is it we can do together, guys? We can create so much more. No, that's not it. We can achieve so much more. But guess what we are trying to achieve? Creating things. So here's a little bit of a challenge to you guys, especially if you're in the VIP membership. I want you to, this will be kind of fun. This is what I want you to do. Let's take a simple chord progression. G. Let's make it interesting. Like an E, C, G, D. Let's take a simple chord progression like that. Someone posts something, whether it's piano, guitar, whatever it might be. And you're right, this is not a membership. What are you guys doing paying for this? But yeah, post it. Make sure that it's an audio file that we can then go and check out. And then like someone will take that and sort of piggyback off of it and add something to it. And then we'll post it back up. And let's see how far we can take that. Just a simple 4-chord progression. And maybe let's do it like, I don't know, 12 to 24 bars, something like that. It could be fun. Let's try it. So until next time, guys, remember, we can dream alone. We can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more. Let's see what we can achieve. By the way, before we go, round of applause to all the newcomers in the chat. If you're not a newcomer, maybe you've been lurking in the shadows. I haven't seen 𝗵𝗍𝗂 on here before. I also haven't seen, I have seen 𝗚𝗵𝗲 𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗧, but I don't think he's been popping into the chat very much often. So thank you so much for doing that. And then there was another individual that popped in here a minute ago that I haven't seen ever. Yeah, 𝗚𝗲𝗰𝗀. So that round of applause was for you guys. You guys rock. All right, until next time, guys.